Hi everyone. We're having a lot of problems in Chios. One of the islands is having a lot of problems with fascists. They are, they're throwing petrol bombs at refugees. They're fighting with people helping refugees. Um, I don't understand what the fascists want. I really don't understand what they want. The What do they want? They want no tourism at all in Greece, these fascists, these bully boys? Because when they start petrol bombing places and when they're beating up volunteers and threatening volunteers and slashing volunteers' car tyres, and not only volunteers' car tyres, they're slashing tourist car tyres as well, and people coming on holiday. Especially here, we've had a lot of this car tyre slashing in this town, and nothing's being done about it. It's like, what can we do about it? Well, the thing is, by doing nothing about people throwing petrol bombs and people slashing car tyres and things like this, they get stronger and stronger and stronger because they think they're immune to prosecution. And this is how you get the rise of fascism, because the authorities are turning a blind eye to what's going on. And these people are getting stronger and stronger and stronger because they are untouchable. They can't be prosecuted. And there is laws in Greece against racism. There's a lot of laws, and there's a lot of laws that can be enforced. Yeah? We had a family here in Molivos the other week. They had their 3 or 4 of their tyres slashed on their people mobile, their van, their small van, a people carrier. And they were due to leave, this German couple and their 2 children, and they had German plates on this. They were due to leave to go back home to Germany, and they go and get their vehicle, and 3 of the 4 tyres are completely slashed. That cost this young family over €2,000 because they had to cancel their ferry and everything else. And these people, these fascists, get away with it all the time. They think it's funny. They think it's great to ruin people's holidays. They think it's great to have a go at refugees and have a go at volunteers. But they don't realise the damage they're doing. Because the media all around the world is picking up, like in Chios now, it's a big thing in Chios, this petrol bombing and that is all over the social media. How many people do you think are going to try and book the holidays in Chios this year? Because people don't want to book a holiday where there's a conflict zone. And it's not because the refugees are there, it's because these fascists are throwing petrol bombs, slashing foreigners' car tyres, and really we've had the problems here, the actual fascists having to go at tourists and telling tourists they're not welcome on the island. So what do these fascists want? They want no foreigners in Greece at all. If that's the case, every single business in Greece is finished. All the hotels, all the bars, all the restaurants, finished. All the tourist resorts on all the islands, not just on these few. And when you think about it, these fascists is not even a percent like this. 99.9% of people in Greece have the big Greek heart. They're trying to help. They're trying to do what they can to help the refugees and everything else. They're making the people coming in to help the refugees very welcome. The amount of volunteers said to me, what a special people the Greeks are. Fantastic people. Huh? And then you have this tiny, tiny, small percent, which the media pick up on all around the world, destroying everything for everyone else in Greece. All the people with hotels, all the people with tavernas, all the car hire companies, all the businesses, especially on these islands now. Yeah? And they're picking up on this filth, this fascists that are slicing car tyres, abusing tourists, abusing refugees, throwing petrol bombs. That's what the media picks up on. They don't pick up on the old ladies going out feeding people. They don't pick up on people letting refugees in their house to have a shower and things like this. They don't pick up on the good things that are happening here. And these good things outweigh the bad things by thousands and thousands of percent. Because there's so many good things happening. And so many good people here in Greece looking after the refugees. And this tiny, small majority of fascists, they're ruling. And the thing is, because they are not being prosecuted and that, they're getting stronger and stronger and stronger. And what happens if these fascists finally get power in Greece? That's it. Fuck the tourism. It's gone. all the money in Greece is go, or everyone's just going to leave. Yeah? And you have nothing. You'll be back growing cabbages. Yeah? These people need to be arrested. These people need to be stopped. And it shouldn't be down to me to say this. It should happen naturally. There are laws in Greece against racism. You know, when people do this, they should be arrested and they should be prosecuted. It shouldn't be, Tina Canema, what can I do? Huh? They should be prosecuted. They shouldn't be allowed to get away with it. And they should be prosecuted the full height of the law, especially if they're doing physical damage. And if people are being hurt, these people should be arrested and sorted out. Yeah? And in tourist towns and that, when you've got fascists ripping car tyres, the council on the town should start shouting at the families and telling them to stop it, because they're ruining the tourism. And when you have fascists telling tourists to leave the island, they're not wanted because they're helping refugees, again, the council should have a go at these people. Yeah? We've had that problem here in the local town. And they should not be hidden. You know, things have happened in my local town, and they're saying, oh, we want the evidence destroyed. They want all my videos destroyed. There's a guy putting a complaint in what happened in Mollyvos on the 22nd of August. And you have people trying to cover it up. You know? And people coming in saying it's the tourists' fault. It's the tourists' fault for giving a bottle of water and ice cream to refugees. And then they're threatened by thugs and they're told to get off the island and don't come back. You know, and one of the tourists has been coming here for 5 years. He's so shocked he will never come back. He's been coming here for 5 years, spending his money here for 5 years. He loves the Mollyvos and everything else. He told me now he will never ever be there again. Ever. His children, his daughters are so terrified of what happened here because of thugs. Yeah. Okay, so that's that. We're still getting boats coming in. We had one last Thursday come in with 60 people just here in Eftelu. We have boats coming around on the northeast coast, even in the southeast coast. We've had quite a few coming in the last few days. On the north, in the last couple of days, we've been quiet. Last few days, we've been a little bit quiet. We haven't had much. But yesterday, I went down to Mytilene. We took a load of clothes down for some refugees down there. And, you know, it's nice to see. When you walk through Mytilene, it's so nice to see. You know, the mixture of cultures and everything else, and everything's working together. You know, there are problems, there's bound to be problems, but it's so nice to see this mixture of cultures and see how people accept the refugees and everything. And they know they're stuck here, they know the refugees are suffering, and they're trying their best to help. And this is what the world needs to see. This is what the world needs to see, the massive, great Greek heart. And it was really nice to see yesterday when I walked around and that. And it was nice to see. I went out down to Moria camp, and outside I had a cup of coffee. And I was speaking to some refugees out there, and they say, you know, it's even the people with the little cafeterias outside, they're outside the camp. He said to me, oh, the lady over there yesterday, you know, there were some people come in and they didn't have money for a cup of coffee, so she gave them a cup of coffee. You know, and she said to them, you know, you can give me the money if you get it. You know, it's not a problem. And it's little things like that that should be publicised around the world. This great, massive Greek heart. The place I sat at having a cup of coffee, it was a big cup of coffee like this in a nice thermal, one of these thermal cup things, with a lid on and everything. And it was €1. You know, incredible. You know, and they're running a bus from Moria now into Mytilene for €1 for the people to get on because it's a long way down, 6-7 kilometres I think. But for €1 they can get into the Mytilene so they can do their shopping and things, the refugees, and I think that's special. You know, it's things like this that need to be portrayed more. This big Greek heart, not this fascist throwing bloody petrol bombs and ripping up foreigners' car tyres and things like this, and screaming at foreigners to get off the islands and stuff like this. The media picks up on this shit, but it's down to us to try and change it, to stop these fascists and that, and show the big Greek heart. You know, it needs to be out there, and everyone needs to say these stories and everything else. Last week here we had Lighthouse Relief came. We gave them a load of shoes and stuff. We've had different people coming for different things. We've taken a load more medical stuff down to Karatepe. To the Doctors of the World. Yeah, that's about it. I think we found a family yesterday in Mytilene. It was a father, and he said he's in Moria, and he had his three daughters with him, and one was in a pushchair, a baby. Not baby, but a couple of years old, I suppose. And the oldest one must have been only 6, 7. And he said his wife is in Moria and she's sick. So he brought the girls out down into Mytilene for the day. And he said we were very hungry, and so we brought them got them something to eat. We took them. They wanted to go to a particular cafe that does Arabic bread and that, which was fantastic, I thought. But they didn't want to eat anywhere else. They wanted to eat at this one cafe, so we took them there and we paid the bill for them and we left them there. But it's I say it's so nice to see. You know, when you go all around, you know, going to London and places like this, in Paris and Amsterdam, New York and places like this, and different capital cities, and not just capital cities, you go to other cities all around Europe, you know, and you see the different cultures all mixing and everything else. And yet in Mytilene it was the same, you know. The last few times I've been down there, it's so nice to see, you know, you see the Syrians walking hand in hand, and they're stuck here, you know. It's not their fault they're stuck, it's because of the governments in Europe that made them stuck here. You know, and the governments of Europe should be so bloody ashamed of themselves what they've done. It's incredible, you know, and to, you know, stop everyone here in Greece, and for the Greek government, which is economically, you know, it's not good, to having to deal with all this, and the people themselves, they've been suffering for years here, you know, 8, 9 years. The people of Greece have been suffering financially and everything else, and to see them still with a big heart, and they're really trying to help and everything else. That's what needs to be shown around the world. This great big Greek heart. Yeah. So, yeah. Okay. I think that's enough. It's longer than I thought it would. Okay. All the best, everyone. I'll keep you updated on everything. Okay. All the best. Bye.